all 99 counties. Really, really proud of that, especially some very red counties like Sioux County. We ended up getting over 100 in. And yeah, a lot of work to be able to get here, and I'm honored to be able to be on the ballot.
You said it's like making the team, like for Team USA. What is, I mean, a lot of work goes into making the team. What work went into getting these signatures?
I mean, we've had a lot of help and support, volunteers, 6 months of traveling the state, visiting. I think we've done over 250 events now, getting in front of folks. And yeah, there's only another thing that I've learned from being in sports is there's only so far you can go alone. If you're going to be able to go very far and do something great, you're going to have a great team. And I had a lot of help and a lot of support from my team and volunteers all across the state of Iowa that are excited about the idea of being able to change Iowa.
Is that the biggest difference from doing this on a state legislative district level to now having to worry about all 99 counties?
It's very different in many ways. There wasn't this when I turned in my signatures. It's a very big state, and 99 counties, and it's a lot of work, a lot of signatures, 10,000 signatures. It's a different stratosphere, honestly. But I enjoyed the process. I really have enjoyed getting all around the state and getting able to meet so many Iowans. And the most consistent thing that I keep hearing from Iowans is that they're hurting, they're struggling just to keep food on the table and a roof above their head. And they see a state that is bottomed out, dead last for economic growth, a state that is basically dead last for nearly every healthcare metric, only state with a growing cancer rate. And now we're leading the nation in farm foreclosures. We keep hearing people saying we need change at the state level and we need change at the federal level. We need people in DC that come from places like Council Bluffs, Iowa, with a real lived experience both on the economic side and on the healthcare side, because when you've experienced it firsthand, you'll have a different level of fight and empathy. And that's what we need. We need more people in DC, working class fighters, up there fighting for the people, not just billionaires and large corporations. Honored to make the ballot.
What needs to happen between now and June 2nd for you to come out first? We hear that your opponent tells us he has more money, etc.
I feel very good about where we are right now. In the time that we've been in the race, we've been able to raise the most money. We've got by far the most endorsements of people up here that work with us and know us. We've got an independent poll that shows myself and Ashley Hinson tied. This is really, to me, it's a lot about electability. I'm the only one in this race that has even run against a Republican. I represent the reddest district. 2 communities that I represent in the Iowa legislature. Trump won Carter Lake by 18 points, won Council Bluffs, my hometown, by 10 points. I've been able to outperform by 50% more than any other Democrat in the state. I think that's what this is about. This is about electability, and I feel very, very good over the next 90 days. I'm going to be working as hard as I can to get in front of as many Iowans as possible to be able to win this. But I'm the only one in this race that has run against Republican, and I'm the only one in this race on either side of the aisle that's not a millionaire.
Can you respond to, what would you say to Democrats who have misgivings because you're perceived to be the candidate Chuck Schumer wants in this race?
Yeah, I think I'm the Iowa candidate. And I think there's a genuineness and there's an authenticity. First and foremost, to coming from a working class family, a working class community. I did this through enormous amounts of hard work. I'm not a blue blood, I'm not Ivy League educated. I was never meant to be here. Everything that I've achieved in my life is through hard work. Winning gold medals through working hard, getting to the seat, winning by 6 votes, dragging my wheelchair upstairs. And I also think when you're to look at the amount of endorsements that we've received from all around the state, the amount of endorsements from up here, of the people that work with me, both on the House and the Senate side, I think that proves that I am the Iowa candidate.
I'm sorry, I can't remember this. Did you have a primary when you ran your first time or not?
No.
Okay.
No.
Even better. So what is, explain like your mindset to maybe follow up on Kay's question from that of June 2nd. How different is this for you? I mean, your first hurdle is to go up against another Democrat in a statewide campaign. Tons of outside attention on this, tons of money, all those kind of things. Like, what's that going to be like?
I mean, I've been doing it for the last 6 months, so honestly, it's not a big change for me. The only change for today is that now we're officially going to be on the ballot. We're turning in the signatures. But every single day, it's going to be getting all around this state, speaking to as many people as we possibly can. When I'm out there on the trail, I'm not talking about Jack Lawrence. I'm out there talking about that this is a once-in-a-generation opportunity to win Senator Harkin's seat back and to be able to actually have somebody in the United States Senate from Iowa that is fighting for the people and fighting for affordable housing and a livable wage and affordable health care, something I've absolutely championed and experienced. Do something about our water quality crisis and our cancer crisis. That's what I'm out there talking about. And that's resonating with people. We're winning rooms all over the state. And I think the Iowans are hungry for genuineness and authenticity, and also somebody that can win this election. The thing with me, I'm battle tested. I'm coming from, again, representing the reddest district in the entire state that's represented by a Democrat, an overperformance of 50% more than any other Democrat. I'm battle tested. I'm ready to go.
How do you convince people that being able to win over Republicans, independent voters, as a Democrat, you would still be a fighter for causes that Democrats are disappointed in your state right now?
Ask again.
How would you be able to win over Republicans and independents, but also convince Democrats who are looking for a fighter in this seat that you'll be able to enact change?
Sure. I don't think those views are mutually exclusive. Traveling around the state, the thing that I hear the most from people is that they are struggling, that they're hurting, that they need change. And the issues that I'm out there talking about, I'm a common sense prairie populist like Senator Harkin was. I'm out there talking about the need for a livable wage, affordable housing, affordable health care, affordable pharmaceuticals, doing something about our cancer rates, supporting our rural schools, our small businesses, small family farms. I think that resonates with Republicans. And certainly if I wasn't a candidate that didn't resonate with Republicans and independents, I wouldn't be here. I mean, in my election, I got more raw votes than Kamala Harris did.
Can you?
Part of getting in front of people before a primary can mean getting on TV. Are we going to see you up, and what kind of message, if so, do you want to share with voters on the airwaves?
You are absolutely going to see me up on TV. There's no doubt about that. And I said when I started this campaign that I wanted this to look and feel and sound different than your usual Senate campaign. And I knew some of that was going to be by the very nature of being 20 years younger than the United States, average United States Senator age, and also having a visible disability. But the energy is what you're going to see on TV for me is going to be very similar to my launch video. It is going to be about hope and positivity and inspiration, because I think there's a lot of that missing right now in our politics. I see a lot of people that have just given into the cynicism and the nihilism. And it's been a situation where I think a lot of Iowans or a lot of Americans have lost hope in their elected officials. And at times I think they have felt like the need to, when they go to the ballot box, they have to vote for the lesser two evils. I want to inspire people saying, I believe in this guy, what he's trying to do, the message that he's trying to do, that he's actually out there doing this for the right reasons, to fight for the middle class, to fight for the people, not just billionaires and large corporations. That's the energy that you're going to see from me on TV.
I have to.
Any updates as to when and how many debates we might see ahead of the primary?
Yeah, we challenged Zach to 2 debates, and so we're certainly in negotiations right now, but you'll certainly see us doing 2 debates as long as he accepts that.
I have to ask a policy question, because
Sure.
you've championed the Work Without Worry to help people with disabilities earn more income without losing the home-based services they rely on. And earlier this week, the House passed a bill that had a small step in that direction, but also combined with some significant restrictions on WIC and SNAP. Can you comment on that bill and whether you would have voted for it?
Wouldn't have voted for it because the vast majority of the provisions were horrendous. However, I am very, very proud. In the time that I've been able to be up here in the Iowa legislature in a trifecta minority, I've been able to get real reforms across the finish line. I know Vanderbilt University just did their list of most effective legislators. I was number 2 up here in the Iowa Capitol. On that bill in particular, the Work Without Worry, it is the single largest barrier to individual disabilities in the state. For individuals to not be able to have their health care because of income and asset limits has been in place, and we've been able to double the asset limit. They're no longer, if we're able to get this across the finish line, no longer include spousal income. That's a step in the right direction. To not include a vehicle, to make sure that we have a provision that they'd be able to own homes, to not include unearned income. These are all steps in the right direction. Even raising the federal poverty line from 250 to 300. Is it perfect? No. But as you and I both know, legislation takes a long time and it's almost never perfect. But I've been very, very proud of the time that I've been up here in the 4 years to get a lot of actual positive legislation across the finish line signed by the governor. I'm one of the few Democrats up here that's been able to do that. And that's my intention in going to DC. Is I've had this amazing opportunity to be able to represent the 3.2 million Iowans, or certainly the disabled population up here, or all of Southwest Iowa, my community, this would provide me the opportunity to represent 350 million Americans, because I am legitimately only here because of a great senator from Iowa. Senator Harkin's work on the American with Disabilities Act provided me an on-ramp onto society. And I think that this is a once-in-a-generation opportunity that we here in Iowa, we can once again have a representative that's up there fighting for the people, being a real champion for social and economic justice for the first time in 12 years, and it is his seat. I think it's going to be beautifully poetic. The man is coming to get Senator Harkin's seat back. It's only there because of the work that he did on the ADA, and we can once again in Iowa have a champion of the people.
Maybe one more question, Robert or Natalie, you got anything? I don't know. Republicans kind of focused on attacking Zach Walls when it comes to this race so far. I guess just what's your response to that? Kind of focusing on him as opposed to you as the other frontrunners, Democrats.
I think that may show who they prefer to run against. However, look, I've been an underdog my whole entire life in every single aspect, but I know that Iowa loves an underdog, and I fully expect to win this primary in June and take on Ashley Hinson and have the opportunity to win Senator Harkin's seat back.
Great.
Thank you.
I think we're good,
Yeah.
folks. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, guys.